Good morning and welcome to the Unity Excel trading model live stream demonstration. This morning we're going to be demonstrating our Excel trading model plus interface. We're going to be taking trades. This morning we're going to be focusing on the Forex market, and in particular you might be able to see the bottom left hand corner of the screen. We're going to be looking at the Aussie US dollar. We're trading on the 1 minute time frame, and we are going to be testing and demonstrating automated trading with Excel. With me this morning to talk about this, all things automated, all things trading, is Ren Vallow. How are you today, Ren?
Yeah, good. Good morning, Mark. Good to see you. Another snowy day in Colorado.
Yeah, that time of year, isn't it? We missed a week last week, which was totally unintentional and totally my fault due to not feeling well enough, but we are back and raring to go again this week. We've just had some CPI data out, haven't we, in the US? Boom.
Yep, the markets are exploding higher. We're up to like 3% right now. I just checked it.
We were just saying, I'm going to zoom into the Excel model. You can see here in the chart, bottom right-hand corner of the Excel, what happened about 48 minutes ago when the CPI data dropped. This is the 1 minute chart. You can see my cursor here demonstrating, or you should be able to see my cursor here demonstrating this candle, 1 minute candle, where the price went up by a significant amount.
It really impacted the currency market today, didn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it was a big one. Even bigger, I suspect. We'll have a look at what it did to equities in a moment, but even bigger, I guess, for stuff that depends on the currency market, stuff that depends on it, particularly tech stocks, because we love talking about the NASDAQ. But I expect we're going to see an outsized response there.
Oh, the NASDAQ. Yeah, that one's up 4% this morning on the open here.
I was just saying, and I think you were agreeing with me a moment ago before we came on, how ridiculous these moves are starting to look, how absurd, considering anytime some supposedly surprising data comes out, we have these ridiculous moves. But maybe we're getting towards silly season as well. Maybe the markets want to go somewhere, they're not sure how to do it, and so we're getting these ludicrous bumps whenever something comes out.
Well, everyone's trying to jump on Santa's sleigh this morning. That's what's
Mm.
causing it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. That's what I would like to think. The markets want to go higher. Equities want to go higher. They want to end December at a higher price than they are at the moment. And so we're using this CPI data as an excuse.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Let's hope that the Grinch doesn't get us tomorrow for the Fed meeting.
Yeah, the Grinch is talking tomorrow. So, yeah. So, I'm just going to show, actually, for people watching here, I'm going to show our terminal. So you can see here we've got MetaTrader 5. This is how we access we use Excel to do all the analysis, do all the trading, but we are using MetaTrader 5, the terminal, the trading platform, as a means to get our prices into Excel so that we can do the analysis. It's a great platform. We're not affiliated with it, and it is non-broker specific, so you can get it from all sorts. Wherever you're located in the world, you can get MetaTrader 5. You can get a broker that will get you the prices and the markets that you like to trade. We like MetaTrader 5, MT5, don't we, Ren?
Yep, I really like it. The interface that they gave us to integrate the data, it works wonderfully. You can use your own broker, you can use your own data provider. And it doesn't force us to send any type of authentication. So security is really good for us. We don't have to worry about anything going wrong with data security. So it's just a really put together very well. Hopefully other platforms that are out there that people use will follow the same pattern, because it's a very good way to do it.
Yeah, it's from what you've told me, it's a very modern interface, basically, isn't it, that we're plugging into, which means that we can deliver a better service for the people who use the Unity Excel trading model. So it works better, it works quickly, very, very flexible. Look, this is system designed for people who want both the comfort of using Excel, the convenience, all that we know that we can get from Excel, but also they want something that's customizable. So you can change it, you can add to it and make it your own, program your own trading strategies, and that works really well through MetaTrader 5.
It really does, yeah. Yep, exactly. You can
Hmm.
do a lot with it that you can't do with other systems. So it's a really powerful system.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's broker and it's data independent. So you can add any data service provider you want to add to it or a broker.
Hmm. Yeah.
And they also offer free data. So you get some free data.
Yeah, and it's pretty good free data as well. And you can, you can do a lot of testing. I mean, this is the Unity trading model is also a back testing model. So if you want to try things out and you want to do so in a comfortable platform, this really is a good way to do it. Anyway, we'll talk more about that in a moment. Let's have a quick look. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes until we have the opening bell in New York. We like to time our live stream so that we're just a bit ahead of the stock market open, because we know that a wall of money will hit the markets and we'll get some direction, we'll get some interesting price moves. Even if we are, as we're doing at the today, this moment, we're looking at the Forex market. We're looking at the Aussie US dollar, not one that we've done before in a live stream.
Yeah, look at that guy. It's almost reacting like it's an index in the stock market.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, isn't it? The Aussie, it's very sensitive to
Yeah.
interest rates.
Yeah, I don't usually see the currency news. Like, you don't see currency jump like that. That was like, wow.
Yeah, big move. So what is that? And actually, it dropped. The that looks like maybe like a little bit of silliness. That was actually just before the news came out, and so we had a maybe the algos were playing around then. But yeah, that's a 2% move in not very long at all. Which is a big outsized move for a currency pair, which has been strengthening along with the weakening of the US dollar. Of course, pairs are always, the two currencies are obviously at play. So we have a stronger Aussie dollar. Let's look at that. Let's go on to, let's say the 4-hour time frame. Here we go. So we can see that we've seen this strengthening here. I'll zoom in again there. Oh, we've seen this strengthening here that's been going on over the past number of weeks.
Yeah, that looks like a very healthy uptrend, actually.
It does. Very tradable indeed. So we're dropping way down. So we got a 4-hour there. Here we go, just onto the 1 hour. But the reason I chose Aussie is my favorite way to trade using Unity at the moment. This is something that just appeals to me, is to choose a direction. Now, you can trade long and short. Absolutely no reason why you can't trade long and short at the same time. But I like to choose a direction for my trading, keeps it nice and simple, and makes it easier to trade along with strength and weakness. So all I did, you can see here in the left-hand corner of the screen, is I was looking for where the strength is today. So we can see here strength once again in natural gas, oil, crude, got silver there, I've got golds up there as well, and in fact we can see some of these equity indices looking even stronger. So I'm going to rearrange this list. Anyway, so when I looked at Aussie, it was well up there, up 2% on the day. We could very easily have chosen this bad boy here.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, just almost a bit comical. So there we have the Nasdaq big breakout to new highs. So what was it going to take to make new highs today? Well, seemingly CPI data.
Yeah, that's what it was. This does not look as healthy an uptrend. It's very choppy. The moves are just so dramatic.
Yeah, we've said this before. So we had that big break a couple of weeks ago. In fact, more than that, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then we've consolidated. We went up again. I think we were talking somewhere around here again, right back into that chop, and then back out of it again. So Santa is still on track to deliver some presents for the good traders.
Yeah, so there was a lot of resistance, and you know what they say, when you break more times you hit the resistance, more likely it's going to break above it. And it finally, I think today might be the day where it does that.
Yeah, so let's see if this has broken the back of the shorts or are they just regrouping. So yeah, we didn't go a long way above, did we? So we
No.
this is going back to, I'm chopping around here. We've got the S&P here, that's 4040. We are up, that was it. I remember commenting to you actually, Ren, when we hit 4,100 on the S&P. But I'm with
2 weeks ago.
yeah, and that's the first time we are back since that. So back above there. So that's a nice level. Let's have a look. Even bigger context here. Really easy to use this MetaTrader 5 terminal. Lightweight. So the terminal itself is really just a means of viewing. If you're using the Unity package, it's just a means of viewing the markets like I'm doing now, seeing what's doing well, very quickly ordering what's performing on the day. You can have your watch list down here in the market watch window and then chop around a bit. So you can see here, I'm just on my daily watch. Everything else is going to be controlled by Excel, which we'll come to in just a moment. So yeah, so we want to get above, what do we want to get above for the S&P? 4150.
I think we're there right about now. It's getting really close.
Mm.
Look at that. Look how close we are. So we're right into the resistance zone. We'll see if it can, break above that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading some report. JP Morgan was saying that they think we'll get a 10% bump out of this if we do break that range. So.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of short positions in the market, I expect. So yeah, there's a lot of diehards. A lot of people are going to be expecting us to go back down south again because, after all, we are still, I assume, we are still being categorized as being in a bear market. But you could say it's probably fair to say that we are not out of this bear market yet.
Yeah, the jury's not out on this one. I mean, we've got the Fed tomorrow, so we're up, 3-4% today. Could be down 3-4% tomorrow.
Yeah, nothing would surprise us. So there we go, zoomed into the daily chart on MetaTrader 5.
So, Mark, a question for you. So you're setting up. We're looking at the markets, just generally all of the markets here, getting a feel for what's going on. And how are you making your trading decision for today? Today we're looking at the Aussie. So we're looking at the strength in all these different markets. So I'm assuming you're going to go for a long strategy today.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think both you and I do prefer longs anyway, but that is exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, so all I did was just very quickly go back to the terminal again. You can use whatever watch list you like, but I find this one quite handy. Here in the bottom left hand corner, I've ordered it by gain. I could very easily, if I was looking for shorts, look for the weakest one. So yeah, we've got Aussie dollar JPY here going down for whatever reason. Similar story with USD CAD, although not as pronounced. Yeah, so that's why I chose Aussie today, and literally that was my decision. So going back to
there we have it.
There we have it. So yeah, we're in the stock market session. Markets have opened in New York, and we are trading. We're trading live. But we were doing that before anyway, because we're not just looking at the market. We're not just looking at the stocks. We're looking at currencies. We're looking at commodities. Whatever you want to trade, we can do that in this package. So yeah, so I chose my direction. Ren, back to your question. I chose my direction first of all, and then because it's just a simple Excel model, you can just go and select whether you want to do long or short trades. Now, I like to have a directional bias, so I'm going to say it's got to be one or the other. I don't mind shorts, but I prefer longs. Okay, so we're looking longs, picked a market that looks pretty likely, and then I've simply gone on to our strategy 2. Talked a bit about this. Very, very, very simple. So at the moment, all I'm doing it's on its absolute basic setting, which is buying on a single consecutive higher close. So a single bar forward. That's all we need to do to trigger an entry using the entry conditions. And we've got a filter as well. My current favorite filter. I'll show you a bit more about this visually in a moment, but it's a price sector filter using a long stochastic oscillator, 100 bars long, and I'm trading between that 40 line, so above the 40 line and below the 80 line, so trying to get that sweet spot of not too oversold and not too overbought, and that is opposite if you're trading short. So it would look exactly the same, but in a mirror image if you were trading it short. Nice simple exit conditions. I'm using a time exit, 20 bars. We're on the 1 minute time frame, so that'll be a 20-minute exit. We're trading on the 1 minute time frame today because we want to demonstrate how this model works, how you can use it. We prefer it slightly longer time frame, probably 5 minutes would be a good minimum. Maybe up to 15, 30 minutes, and it's starting to come into its own, but there's no reason why you couldn't take a longer time frame than that. Hourly, 2, 4 hour, there's loads different time frames to choose from. We've got all the preset MT5 time frames in there. There's tons of them. How many is there? It's about 10 or 12 or more.
10 or 12,
Yeah, so loads of different time frames, all the way up to the monthly, if you want to really take a long-term view.
Yeah, it's really very flexible in that way.
Yeah, so that's the key thing I think to my method, Rain, is getting that direction right. I'm happy to take long and short trades, but I think get the direction right, and then it all becomes a little bit easier. Other filters, we can use our higher highs filter here.
Yep.
So we are.
The way you had it is really a smooth P&L chart. Yeah, it's really nice. Good filtering.
Yeah, so I've included a new metric on here because every day I'm trying to spend some time trading this, trying to get more, trying to get a feel for what works well. Excuse me. I've got an average trade size, and I should say in points or pips here, but it's giving me a readout of how much on average we are winning or losing per trade. So it's 4 pips, which is not a very large trade size, which is why it's probably better to trade higher time frames, because you have longer for the trade to accumulate, but it's still positive.
Yeah, no, I never really focused on the average trade size in points or pips. So that's showing you how many pips your average trade size was, your win.
Yes, because particularly at this time frame, your costs are a large percentage of your winnings.
Right, and mostly it's slippage that you run into more than it is.
Yeah, a lot of slippage. Yeah, proportional to the size of the trade, and that is just the thing when you're trading at this size. This is why the high frequency traders spend, my goodness, how long and how much effort and how much money to make sure they get the execution that they need to get.
Yeah, they have to get it perfect.
It has to be perfect, yeah. So, but we're strategy based. We're using technical indicators for the most part. Although, if you're watching this live, by the way, please drop any comments, questions into the chat box. We will be happy to answer them. And really good to see anybody who is watching this live. In fact, actually, I'll just break off to say that there's a demo version of this available absolutely for free, and you can, if you're watching this on YouTube, whether live or on catch up, you can download that link below the video. Click on that link, you'll get on the email list, and you'll be able to get a free version of this. There are a number of different packages available now, and if you want more information, drop us an email, let us know what you need to know, and we'll be happy to help. This is basically a package that you can use to go the whole way from your trading idea, come up with your trading ideas, to backtest them, different technical indicators. If you're not sure whether to use a stop loss, whether to use a time close, whether to use a profit target or not, this is how you find out. When you're ready, you can move into forward testing mode, which is effectively what we're doing today, looking at our strategy, seeing how it performs in real time, subject to commissions, subject to slippage. And then when you're ready, flip a switch and you can trade this live and be the coach and watch your model trade live for you in the financial markets, in whatever market you choose.
Yeah, it's a really powerful tool to use to help you get the execution you're looking for. Make sure that you're getting the best execution you can for the time frame you're working on, and you don't have to be stressing about opening and closing trades or following your stops, because the system will follow the stops for you, which is really important.
Exactly. Exactly. If you're prone, like let's face it, like most of us, to overriding your system, to getting emotional when you're trading, it's very difficult not to be. If you're prone to making errors, which at this time frame, let's face it, most people are anyway. If you are struggling for time, need I say it, just about all of us are. This is a system that you should be considering. It's built in Excel, super easy to understand. There's a library of technical indicators available, plus our help. We are still new to this project, and we are keen to work with people and make this a reality for you as a trader to trade your systems live.
Yeah, we're available to help you set it up and get it running and make it happen. So if you have
Exactly.
a trading idea that you want to put, as long as you can express it mathematically and get the data, that's another important piece. So you can do anything with this strategy. You could develop any type of strategy, a weather-based strategy, even not that you'd want to, but you could.
Yeah, lunar. What about lunar cycles?
Yeah, lunar cycles. You could put lunar cycles in. That would be actually pretty easy because there's not that many of them. So on a longer-term time frame, it'd be really easy to put that into your model.
Yeah. Question from Farhad. Where can I get the Excel spreadsheet? Well, first place, there is a link on YouTube below this video. If you go on there, you'll be sent an email and it will tell you everything. So that's the first place to start. Which broker company lets you use it? All of them. Anybody that has MetaTrader 5, at least as far as we know so far, of all the ones that we've tested it on. Ren,
Yes.
any more thoughts?
Yeah, as long as they support MetaTrader 5, and they'll provide you a data provider for it through the brokerage, or they'll refer you to other data providers. Depending, some brokers do it for free, some charge, and some say go find your own vendor. So mine personally, they give you options. They have like a list of data providers, and then you just pay that data provider yourself. Like I think mine is like $10 a month for different exchanges that you want to trade. So it's really just broker dependent, but most brokerages do support it, except for some of the big house brokers don't necessarily support this. Like TD Ameritrade is one example that doesn't support MetaTrader 5, but most of the smaller brokerages do provide this or allow you to use it.
Yeah. So yeah, the key thing is MetaTrader 5. So you've got to be able to get MetaTrader 5, MT5, not MT4. I should stress MT5, which is it's the next generation, the newer version, quote unquote, even though it's been around for at least 10 years. So it's been around for seemingly forever. It's an established piece of software. Brokers all around the world use it. So it's a good system. It is better than MetaTrader 5. I know people use that for comfort, and a lot of brokers seemingly for comfort as well, which I don't really understand. But MT5 is better. It is, in particular, it's got a better interface. So you, as a trader, as an automated trader, will get a better service with MT5, guaranteed.
Yeah, I think some of the biggest changes they made with MT5 is, well, one of them is they gave us really the advanced API to do the data connection. The other thing is it's not so much geared towards currency markets. It's more open to all the different equity markets, commodities markets, and currency. So they kind of like opened it up. It's a very powerful tool now.
Yeah.
So I think that there's been a lot that's happened. I think currency traders used to use MT4 back in the day. That was a really popular choice for currency. And MT5 has all the advantages of MT4 plus a lot more for equities and commodities.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, it is better. I used MT4 for quite a long time, but yeah, I prefer MT5 now. Yeah, thanks, Farhad. Hopefully you can get the spreadsheet and get started with this. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the range of markets showing here, everything from commodities to Bitcoin to stocks, currencies, indexes, etc., etc. So yeah, loads of different things available here, all of which any prices your broker provides, you can trade using the Unity Excel model. So the thing I've been working on, Ren, actually over the last couple of days is chart patterns. In particular, the classic, maybe the most famous, the double top and the double bottom, and it really just scratching the surface. So just looking at this one chart pattern, obviously one signifying a reversal to the downside, one signaling a reversal to the upside. I've been looking at it on the daily time frame, but all chart patterns are fractal, and so I can't wait to start getting some of these into this model here. In fact, I think a range of different chart patterns, if you're a chart trader, if you're looking for resistance type patterns and you want to be selling resistance or buying resistance, however you want to approach it, you can put that into the models.
Excellent. So it's going to be a filter, basically, like you're going to use it like you would with the other filters we have, right?
I tell you what. So my results so far, at least the way I'm inclining at the moment, I'm looking on the daily time frame, and I'm looking at mostly equity index ETF. So the most popularly traded non double ETF. So things like SPY, QQQ, IWM, EEM, those sorts of ETFs, GLD as well, gold, and looking at whether or not the double top is actually a good reversal pattern or whether it is a better continuation pattern. So whether or not it's a sucker play or not, because I do have my doubts that so often we hear that things like the double top or the head and shoulders is being drawn out and then we make new highs. It's seemingly so often, and that at the moment is the way I'm approaching it. So I've got again, something you can really easily do in Excel. I've got this check box, so I can go from following the pattern normally, so treating a double top as a reversal to the downside, or reversing it and treating it as a continuation, so using the double top and signifying a continuation to the upside.
Right. Well, it's going to be really interesting to see what your backtest provides and information on that.
Yeah.
I know there's some books written on that topic, and yeah, I think those things change over time too. It's like they come in and out of favor at times, So I think that market conditions and all those things play a factor, and your data set that we're looking at today's data might be totally different than one like say Bukowski or his book like 20 years ago. So yeah, things are different. Yeah, so this is going to be really interesting results.
Well, the double top, in fairness, it's seemingly signifying that classic resistance, isn't it? There's a price beyond which it's not going to go. It hits it once. We were talking about resistance a moment ago. It hits it once, hits it twice. The key thing I think about the double top, and this is something that I have looked at, is it's got to be a very close horizontal line. It can't be this sloping upwards sort of resistance that we're looking at on the chart here. So it's got to be pretty flat. Even on the daily time frame, we want to get a pretty close highs if we're talking about let's go to the 15-minute, maybe the 1 hour. Let's see if we can see anything. Yeah, so I'm going to go on to the just stoppers. Ask any questions if you want to learn about the Unity Excel trading model here. I'm just going to go onto the terminal for a sec. So you can see here, the support is sort of drifting slightly upwards here. We're hitting support, but we keep going slightly past it. You've got to draw some definition to the pattern. So the way I've defined it is it cancels after a certain number of bars, so they can't be months and months and months apart. There's got to be X number of bars behind it, so it can't just appear in the middle of congestion. It's got to appear having gained something previous to that. So the definitions can vary. I'm sure different people would define it in different ways. But anyway, these are my initial findings. So I'm looking, and so far I've found that the patterns work slightly better on the Forex market than in the equity market. So,
I think things have changed in the equity markets a lot over the years, and the Forex markets definitely tend to trend more, tend to respect resistance and support more. You see a lot more, they behave better.
Yeah. There must, I mean, because like I said earlier, the forex markets are, it's a scale, isn't it? It's like comparing one thing with another. Arguably so are equities as well, but surely more directly a forex pair is doing that.
Yep.
There's got to be some trending and some cyclicality, is that a word? Cycleness about a forex pair, because things change over time, but then they tend to move back in the opposite direction for a while as well. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, yeah. So at the moment, I focus mostly on equities, but I will be publishing something soon on that as well.
Oh, that's exciting, Mark. Can't wait to see it.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to publish it. So yeah, once again, we're looking at the live trading this morning. The reason we're able to talk is that we are using the Excel trading model, the Unity Excel trading model. You can see it here highlighted on the screen. It's Excel based system for trading, for backtesting, for developing strategies, backtesting and trading live in the financial markets, which is what we're doing today. We're doing a demonstration today. Demonstrating trade. Sorry.
How are we doing for trading today?
We've not taken many trades since we started the broadcast because of my filter. I'll take my filter off in a moment and we can have a look at the effect of taking it off. But because I'm using this price sector filter, if I go back to the terminal, we can see why. We're a bit overbought because of that big candle. And if I go here, let's have a look. So Excel does all the analysis here. You can see all these. Yeah, see our price sector filter.
We're at 100%, so we're not going to be trading because we're outside of the range.
Yeah, so I'll take off the filter and we'll have a look because we're only demonstrating it today. We're working on principles rather than anything else, but taking us into that overbought zone that you can see here that I'm going to highlight on with my cursor here. See, taking us into this overbought zone has taken us, let's go back onto the right time frame. It's taken us away from the opportunity of taking trades.
Right. That makes a lot of sense, and that's why we like using a filter because it keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah. So the logic goes, of course, that when we're in this highly overbought zone, we're less likely to continue upwards, which seems to be the case, although we've had a particularly strong move today. So we'll see if that's right or wrong. But if I go back to the Excel model, we can add and remove filters. Like you can see me just doing there. So this is the effect of the price filter. Makes a big difference. I'll put it back on and I will take off the effectively take off the upper band. So we have to be above 40, but we can be anywhere to the upside. You can see there the difference we're taking trades, although we didn't take them at the time. We'd actually be in a trade at the moment here, which we haven't taken because we had the filter on. You can see there that we would be actively trading if we weren't using that filter.
Yep, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Well, that's good. It keeps us out of trouble.
Keeps us out of trouble. Yeah, we've got to say that. Yeah, we want to stay out of trouble. We want to take as many trades as possible, but we want to be snipers, not machine gunnists. We want to be taking trades when conditions are right, or conditions are optimal, should we say. We never know that. We never know in advance what's going to happen. And you can see, I'll just zoom in one more time and just point you to the end of the capital line here, where we're not taking any trades because we're too overbought according to the price filter.
Right, so it's just going to wait for a little bit of recovery, and then once it gets back down into the normal ranges, it'll start trading again. That's how we look at it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that is exactly what it is doing. Yeah, there's no mysticism at all about this this filter, but it is taking 100 bars worth of data and it's looking at where we are within that range. So when we're very, very close to the top of that 100 bar range, we will not be taking trades when we've got the filter selected on.
Beautiful. Yeah, it works like a charm.
I like
it. I like that filter.
Yeah, so my absolute favorite at the moment are the the sweet spot filter. We'll have to think of a catchy name for it, but
Yeah.
it keeps us on the straight and narrow, stops us being greedy, stops us being fearful. So, Farhad, what are your expectations for the Euro US dollar? Well, I may have some personal thoughts about where it's going, but we're really technical traders. Me and you, hey Ren.
Yes, exactly. Yes, this is a technical, trading system that we've built into Excel. So it's hard to forecast exactly what's going to happen. We just follow the strategy, the risk management, and hopefully maintain that P&L chart that we see. So it's a smooth transition to the upside.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, there's no reason though that we could have a long-term expectation which is currently being met. So we're expecting Euro USD to go. Right, let's have a look at the chart. That won't be too far off what we're seeing here. Not quite as exaggerated. Here we go, Euro US dollar. Bang, there's the daily time frame. Let's
Beautiful trades too. Yeah. That's,
yeah, we normally actually use the Euro US dollar. It's good because it's got lower bid ask spread compared to other currency pairs. Aussie US dollar has got bigger moves potentially, but it has a higher cost of trading. Drop down here to the 30-minute time frame. Reasonable trend to the upside, although it does look a bit choppy. Go out a bit further, seem to be trending upwards, and it's probably the direction I think we would expect it to go, but I wouldn't be convinced we're going to go in. And then dropping down to the 1 minute time frame, I'd only be trading this to the long side today as well.
yep. Yep. And also you can notice that where the Excel model took trades, you can see it on the MT5 display as well. So you can see those trades up there, those with those little markers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can see everything you've done, and it will be shown in your account as well. Yeah, thanks for that quote, Farhad. Do you have any thoughts about to address to Farhad? Do you have any thoughts about Euro USD? Just drop them in the chat box. Anybody else got any questions? Let us know. We're going to be ending fairly soon today, and I think we've not taken many trades today, that's for sure, but we've at least demonstrated the filter working effectively. We've talked about how our directional bias trading keeps us in the right side, plus the filter to stop us being greedy and or fearful, I should say. Anything else that's come to your mind today, Ren?
Well, just this is all available for free for everybody. The interface and the Excel sheet. And the main thing that it does for us is it gives you an automated trading system that you can see without having a black box like a lot of the other trading systems out there. So you can see everything that's happening within the Excel. Look at the cells and rows and columns and rows, and just see why the trade was taken. Why was So it's easy to understand. And you can adjust it easily. And pretty much a lot of people are familiar with Excel, so it's easy to program. Mark and I can help with that as well. So if you're not really an expert with Excel, we can help you get there. If you've got a trading idea that you want to do that requires a little bit of calculating, we can help you do that. So you have a custom indicator or an idea, like we can definitely help you get it into Excel.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the opposite of a black box. It is everything out there. You can see exactly what's happening. You can customize it to your heart's consent, or you can keep it really simple and just let it do the hard work of opening and closing trades for you. So it is there to suit you. It's available now. You need more information. First of all, please sign up to the email list if you would like to get a demo version of this, and get in contact with us if you want more information, particularly if you need a bit more support. So it is available right now, Unity Excel trading model.
Yeah, the one that's available for free right now is a quick. It runs on a very quick time frame, and you can change the time frame, but you can see it running in like a 5-second time frame too.
Yeah.
Just for demos.
Exactly, yeah, which we've done a lot to get through trades. So we've done that a lot. Now we're doing this more sedate time frame for our live streams, something closer to your real experience of using this. Okay, so we're going to end it today. Thank you for everybody that's been here. If you're watching this on catch up or live, model is available. Get in touch if you need more information. Thank you for joining us here today, Ren.
No, thanks, Mark. Thanks for hosting. Glad to see you're back and feeling better.
Thank you. It's great to be back. Really enjoyed it today, and I look forward. We're going to be having another one, another one of these live streams very soon, and I will speak to you again soon.